After working with hundreds of agents, I can tell you that the difference between those who crush it and those who crash out comes down to just a handful of traits. And honestly, it has nothing to do with market conditions, your background, or even talent leading up to this point. And you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of this video because I'm gonna share the one truth about winning in real estate that most agents never push hard enough to even discover in the first place. So in the next few minutes, I'm gonna break down the 5 key traits I've seen every successful agent I've worked with demonstrate, and the opposite traits that have caused others to fail. And if you're serious about making it in business or even taking things to the absolute next level in real estate, this video will help you see exactly where you need to grow. So let's dive right into it as far as what the 5 traits are of winners versus failures. Trait number 1 being that they believe. The winners believe that this will work for them. They don't spend any time whatsoever being skeptical, second guessing themselves, or looking for reasons that this would all fail. Instead, they decide, they commit, they lock in, and they commit to the fact that they're gonna keep moving forward day in and day out. They don't let setbacks pull them off course. Failures, on the other hand, they get caught up in doubt, in comparison. They easily get distracted by the next opportunity or shiny object or lead source, and it's always keeping them off track from building something that builds up significant momentum. But belief by itself isn't enough, because without this next trait, you're gonna stall out far too easily. So the second trait the winners have in common is that they are coachable. Winners, they never have had to have me tell them the same thing twice. Instead, I tell them what they need to hear one time and they implement it quickly. They hear what they need to hear and they go put it into play. Failures, on the other hand, they ask for advice, but more often than not, they ignore it, or they repeat the same mistakes over and over again. It's okay to make a mistake. It's not okay to not learn from it and keep moving forward. And here's the thing, when you combine belief with coachability, something powerful happens, which is the next trait. You build confidence. And that's the third trait that winners all had in common. Even early on in their journey, I saw them move and speak with a high level of confidence, even when they didn't yet have the experience to back it up. So confidence attracts clients and new opportunities your way. And failures, on the other hand, those who don't make it, they always seem to be waiting until they feel ready. They stay timid, which keeps them invisible in their marketplace. They might be sitting through trainings thinking they're learning, but really that's another day going by that they're not putting themselves out there. And the more time that goes by that you're not putting yourself out there, that doesn't build confidence, that actually takes away from confidence. But confidence without this next trait turns into ego, and that's when people really crash out. So the fourth trait that the winners all have in common is unwavering commitment. Winners have a whatever it takes kind of mindset. Obstacles didn't end up being excuses for them. They were able to navigate those challenges and ultimately overcome them. Failures, on the other hand, they quit or stop moving when things get too hard, or they only work when everything is convenient for them and when there's no major issues or obstacles standing in their way. The winners make things happen. Those who quit or fell out, they have excuses. Oftentimes they're valid, but fact is it stops them from moving and progressing forward because the stars are not aligned for them at that point in life. And here's the final difference maker though, and it's the trait that separates the average from the unstoppable in real estate. And that's the fifth trait, which is work ethic. The people that I've worked with who have won at the highest level in the shortest amount of time, they put in work far beyond the point where most people tap out. And because of that, they saw what's on the other side of hard work, which is the kind of success that most agents never even experience in the first place. The failures, on the other hand, they stopped too early. They quit before they could reap the real rewards of the efforts they were putting in. The hard truth is that winning is more fun than fun is fun. But most people don't put in the work on the front end to ever experience the reality of what the heck I'm saying with that. So they would never even know that or understand it. So here's the real difference when it comes down to those who I've personally worked with who have won, because at this point, I've had agents partner with me dozens of agents who have seen significant momentum their first year, 2, 3 in the business. I could put it on more than 2 handfuls of hands, the amount of people that have built up a significant income well into the 6 figures, even within their first 2 years of locking arms with me. And these traits I just shared, every single one of them has these traits in common. Those who have failed to see the progress or that level of success, I could not say the same thing about them. They do not demonstrate these 5 traits, and not to the extent. Many of them, they're missing a few of these traits. And so to me, I boil it all down. So I'm not guessing, I'm not speaking out of theory. This is what has worked for my partners who I helped go from 0 to closing upwards of 10 deals a month in some instances. I have 2 different partners who have achieved that milestone even within their first 2 to 4 years in the business, depending on who we're speaking of here. But I work with a ton of agents closing multiple deals a month that they didn't start there, but despite that, they had a high level of confidence and they demonstrated these traits at a high level. So I implore you to learn from what's actually working. So if you're an agent who's ready to choose belief, commitment, and the work, and you want a coach who's been there and knows what it takes, reach out and connect with me. Let's talk about your goals and whether we might be a good fit to work together. Now, to be clear, I'm not going to sell you on coaching. I don't do that sort of thing, but I lead with putting value out in the marketplace, not charging a dime for it. And I have an opportunity where for the right person that I can lock arms with them and bring the added help for no added cost. So if you'd like to learn more about that and see if we might be a good fit to work together, reach out and connect with me. Let me know you saw the video. And hit subscribe if you're not already, because I'm going to be breaking down some more tips and resources to help you in the next video. And also, if you get on my email list, I'll have some of those tips in your inbox, even stuff that I don't necessarily share on videos here in the channel. Honestly, my best stuff comes via email. So if you want to receive it, make sure you click the link in the description to get on my email list, and I will see you there. But those are the 5 things that separate those who win from those who crash and burn in the business. So if you have belief, coachability, confidence, commitment, and a high level work ethic, those are the key ingredients. And if you lack in any of those key areas, I cannot tell you enough, please get to work on it. Please sharpen that skill set. Even if you lack confidence, don't let that stop you from taking action, because you're going to build it quickly in the process as long as you do. And so those are what separate those who win from those who lose in the business. And the good news is that every single one of those qualities is a choice that you can make. So I encourage you to make the right choice that's in alignment with you and your family's goals by you being in real estate. And if you do that, and if you do more of that, you're gonna have the opportunity to grow and progress along the way. But as I mentioned, if there's anything I can do to help you grow and progress, let's connect. But until next time, I'll look forward to seeing you on the next video.